Lil Yachty has a serious issue right now. Seemingly on the outside looking in, Yachty is crashing out into oblivion. He's everywhere on social media, just talking on Instagram Live, saying some crazy things. It honestly looks insane. So what is going on with Yachty? I'll let you know right now. Welcome back to the video. I am Rager University. How are y'all doing today? Anyway, Lil Yachty is having Hall of Fame level crash out after a clip from his podcast went viral for, well, not good reasons. In the clip, you see Yachty basically downing his friend, a homie of his for a long time, in front of a rapper they were interviewing, Key Glock. And, the hundreds and thousands of people who were watching at home also saw this. I'm paraphrasing heavily, but he basically says this to his friend that he's known for, again, a long time. Basically, he was saying without Yachty, he would essentially be nowhere. The friend would be basically useless. He would honestly be a broke down loser without a job. I'm not really exaggerating. That's kind of what he said, which honestly is the reason the clip went viral, because people were kind of confused. They seemingly were friends, good friends. They have this podcast together. Why would you down the homie in front of an audience like that? Just honestly at all, but in public is even crazier. Crazy work. It was a massive conversation on social media. People saying, yo, Yachty's a horrible person, horrible friend, and just not a good guy to be around. A lot of people were saying, why would he say that? That's a bit rude. You don't expose friends on the internet like that. And I can agree. You don't down the homies in front of a live studio area. You don't do that. There's rules to being friends, and you broke one there. I don't care what nobody says. And me personally, it came off as a bit harsh, but Mitch, the friend in the video that Yachty has the podcast with, says it was a part of their dynamic. They do jokes and that are a bit personal, whatever. But regardless, unfortunately, you made a podcast that is open to the public. People are going to share their public opinions on it, regardless of what situation you guys have, unfortunately. Whatever. Lil Yachty was on Instagram as well, live last night, and was exposing everyone and everybody. He just, again, Hall of Fame level crash out. He didn't care who got hurt, any witnesses. He was down for the smoke last night, guys. He was weighing in on this situation. He was saying he doesn't understand how Mitch, his friend, didn't come to the internet and basically try to defend him, because he's saying their relationship is what it is, and he knows that he never meant anything harsh by these comments. But it really don't make sense to me, because there's Twitter proof that Mitch says that it was a part of their dynamic. So I don't know if Yachty didn't see the tweets or the tweets came out after, but regardless, I was watching the video, and to me it seemed like Yachty might be a little bit intoxicated. I don't know. I've seen a lot of Lil Yachty interviews, and he's typically a pretty calm person. Mind you, this is something that agitates him, makes him angry, so he could be, showing a level of discomfort there. But to me, it kind of seemed like he's off something, bro. I don't know, man. It's so wild because Lil Yachty had a great 2023, honestly, with the Concrete Boys, which I'm gonna get to later, side note. But his music was popping. He was honestly the best version of Lil Yachty music wise that we've ever seen. So I don't know, it's crazy that this is happening right now. But he was, again, speaking crazy on Instagram Live about that situation. To even say being involved in the podcast was all for Mitch. He tried to make it seem like he was the bestest friend ever, and him even creating a podcast was for his friend to get some money, get a bag. He would say, I'm a rapper, I don't need a podcast. What do I look like interviewing other rappers? I got millions in the bank. There's no point in me doing this, regardless of how you see it. But ultimately claiming that having a podcast was beneath him or something. He didn't need it, which could be true. But again, bro, it's all about tone, man. It's all about tone. It just didn't sound good. And then he will go on to ultimately cancel their podcast for the foreseeable future, which I honestly feel like is very dumb. Again, this is a personal problem with personal issues, and I'm not saying they couldn't have worked it out. I think they could have, but honestly, bro, how many people would have tuned into your next podcast? If everything's about money to everybody and views, whatever anybody needs, I just feel like a podcast after this situation would have went viral 100%. But I understand these are real life personalities and real life people. You remember when I said earlier that I was gonna come back to the Concrete Boys? Well, come back to it. Let's go. Anyway, he would also address in this infamous Instagram Live he had yesterday that basically he would talk about Caribou and that entire situation, which is funny. He hasn't mentioned it basically since he went on Instagram Live was it a month earlier? Maybe a month ago, where he basically said they were parting ways. He will go on and say she's a fake nice person. They purposely tried to hide her being a mean talker and said she spit on him at some point. Also, he wrote every song she ever did. That's what he said. She didn't spit a bar that wasn't written by Yachty, which again doesn't really surprise me. Like, I don't. And also he said he dressed everybody in a Concrete Boy. He would specifically say anytime they walked out the house, he would give them outfits styled by him. I'm not trying to be that guy, but you know, that was your job, Yachty. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you started the collective. To the outside looking in, you were the leader of that collective. That you were the man who created the imprint, Concrete Boy. Regardless, he started it from beginning to end. He was the leader. So yeah, if you want these group of artists to look a certain way, sound a certain way, yeah, unfortunately in 2024 you have to write their music. In 2024 you have to buy their clothes and style them or something, or at least hire people to do it if you don't want to do it yourself. It's not like he was doing it himself, and that's whatever. But him trying to bash Caribou for that, I mean, I don't know, man. I think he really got upset because he went on Twitter and said Caribou basically got kicked out the house. They were bullying her, all that. So Yachty decided to retaliate in this live and say like she's a horrible person, really mean-spirited, and she's fake nice, all that stuff. And he wrote everything for them. A reference track just released of Yachty basically rapping that popular Off the Radar freestyle. Basically one of the things that blew her up. Which again, I'm not surprised. Anybody who didn't think Yachty was writing her music and styling like them are idiots. Like, I try to be nice about it, but yeah, you're kind of dumb. You can look at that entire group and just see it's in the spitting image of Lil Yachty. Again, I don't know. It's a crazy work, crazy situation. Yachty is crashing out, bro. I think you need to take some time away from the internet. If you got all your millions, bro, just go somewhere, chill with the millions, because the internet is not messing with you right now. Like, in the same week Drake unfollowed him. It's just beginning to be crazy for Lil Yachty. He needs to go and hibernate. Honestly, bro, just wait till next year, bro. Like, just call it a quit, bro. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think of this situation. What you guys think of Lil Yachty and the whole Concrete Boy situation. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video if you obviously like the video. Sub up if you're new. I'll see you whenever I upload next. Peace.
You disrespectful, bro. You talk to people crazy. You tell people that they are nothing. You tell people you're gonna spit on them.